Hello.
All right, we're going to take our first question from James Lynch with the score.
Hey, Song, great to talk to you. There was some talk on social media of this fight almost not happening. What happened there with you and Marlon Vera? Because he said the fight was off at a certain point.
说就是在那个社交媒体上，马文维拉一度说这个比赛可能不会发生，他想知道一下到底。
因为我之前那个签证的事，跟他说一下。
So there's a little issue about Song's visa in between, so there might be a misunderstanding between that.
Okay, glad to clarify that. How are you feeling not having to cut down to bantamweight for this fight? It must be a lot better.
感觉是没那么大的压力吧。
So within a shortened time, he feels a lot better with the pressure for cutting 145.
And how do you look at the Vera matchup from a style perspective?
I'm sorry?
How do you look at how does he look at his opponent in terms of it in terms of the matchup? Like, how does he feel like he matches up against his opponent?
你对你的对手就这次的这个对有什么感想？
我觉得挺好的。我排名13，他排名14，我觉得对我来说现在也是一个很好的一个对手，对他来说也是。
So he felt it's a pretty good matchup between these guys. He's ranking number 13 and the opponent is ranking number 14, so it's about a good matchup.
What type of training camp did you have considering everyone's on lockdown?
就是在大家都封锁的情况下，你的那个训练的。
我就是在那个飞博的团队嘛，跟他们。
So we've been training more like personally at Team FMO with the coaches and other teammates.
And just last one for me, how do you envision the fight playing out on Saturday?
你对周六的那个比赛有什么意思？
我觉得会站立终结对手。
You think he will finish with standing?
Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Andrew Whitelaw from Fox Sports Asia. Andrew, go ahead.
I just wondered for you, how does it feel having cracked that top 15 in the rankings? Are you happy with the trajectory your career is on right now?
他说就是现在你已经打进排名前15，你对你自己的这样子一个排名，在你职业生涯里是？
目前来说还算可以吧，因为我觉得我的技术还需要。
He feels good right now for the ranking, and then he feels there's still a lot of space for him to grow up and then a lot of to improve with his techniques.
You're on an unbelievable run at the moment, undefeated run. How far away do you feel you are from getting into that title conversation?
他说你现在还是一直保持在一个连胜的一个状态，那你觉得距离你去挑战冠军还有多远？
可能如果连续赢3场比赛，漂亮的。
So maybe another 2 or 3 beautiful winnings.
And how's the feeling back in China? There was incredible numbers watching Weili Zhang's fight. Does it feel like we're in a special moment right now for Chinese MMA?
他说就是之前维利的比赛有非常多的中国观众在关注了现在你觉得就是我对这个 MMA 这个事业他们的关注？
就是因为张伟丽这次拿到了1年的，这次在这个疫情期间嘛，中国没有其他比赛，所有人都关注这个赛事。现在在中国基本大部分人UFC。
So because of this special situation, for the time that Weili was fighting for her title again, second one, everybody was watching that. A lot of people in China watching, and then after that, a lot of people knows about UFC, knows about Weili.
with the Contender Series moving out to Asia as well, do you think we can expect to see more exciting Chinese fighters in the UFC coming? Do you sense a lot of talent coming through at the moment?
他说就是按照MMA 在中国这个发展，你会看到更多的就是新的人或者是更好的人UFC。
因为那个现在在中国上海 PI 也有很多不错的选手，觉得这个疫情活络在中国办比赛，还会有很多新的选手参加。
So there are a lot of potential fighters that training in PI in Shanghai. So he knows that if there's like fightings after this special situation, there will be a lot of new fighters that show up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Danny Segura from MMA Junkie. Danny, go ahead.
Yes, I have a quick question regarding your training camp. How long did you train in Sacramento for at Team Alpha Male?
这次你备战在 Team Alpha 没有多久？
大概2周
到3周。
不到3周吧。
So this time for the training camp, it's about 2 more weeks, not yet 3 weeks.
Okay, so he did a good amount of it in China?
你在中国有待一段时间？
我来这边。
No, he didn't spend time in China. He's already here about half a year.
Okay, so what exactly were like the visa issues he was having? Because it seemed that conversation that got brought up on social with Marlon Vera was not that long ago. I think it was a couple weeks ago.
说就是那个签证的问题，是
那个我知。
Okay.
那个看一下。
So the athletes are required to use a P1 visa to fight in the U.S. And then Song was entering U.S. this time with his visitor visa. That not allows him to fight. And the government has been shut down for this for the immigration stuff. And we wouldn't have enough time to do it. But right now we've already clear about all this. So in the middle of the time, the manager probably has some miscommunication about the issue. So that was the
Yeah. And in his last performance, he got a draw. I'm curious, what kind of lessons did he take away from that fight that he's implementing in his career moving forward?
上一场比赛你达到了一个平局，你从里面去吸收到了什么教训？生涯来说带来了。
主要是我觉得就是经验，这个下来的话，再玩。
So it's more about gaining experiences and then also the mentality. After that fight, my coach was telling me every round is a new round that you have to fight freshly. Do not think about previous what happened.
Yeah. And last question is there any concern of maybe getting rushed to the top too quick? I mean, he's very young, but we also know that he is having success. Also, Chinese MMA is blowing up right now. Does his coaches, his team himself, does he keep that in mind of maybe trying to avoid maybe getting rushed to the top too fast, or if he likes that?
因为年轻，然后现在中国的 MMA 事业发展的很好，你的团队会给你规划说不要让你走得太快去，还是说你很享受说我很快就。
没有，我团队也没有说时间到什么。
So my team was not rushed for anything. It's just we go with the flow. With my performance, if I'm at the place, I will be there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Ezekiel Bergonzi from Super Luchas. Ezekiel, go ahead.
Hello, Song. How are you?
Hi.
My first question is, does this fight has a special meaning for you, given all that happened in the world and in China with the coronavirus stuff?
I'm sorry, the last part I didn't get it.
If this fight has a special meaning for him after all that happened with the coronavirus in the world and in China.
他说就是这次比赛有没有一个特殊的意义？就是说在这种特殊情况下，对于中国和这个世界来说，
对我来说，我觉得这个没有什么，我打上不到特殊意义，我觉得我第三。
So he was saying that all means for him is that he wants to make money. Yeah.
And he's going against Chito Vera, who is a very tough opponent, but both are fighting in featherweight division, one division up. Um, how he feels about that going against Chito Vera in other division, and how he sees himself going against such a very hard opponent with a very similar record to him.
他说这次你打的对手也是一个比较强悍的对手。第一个呢，就是说你们两个身重也去打了，感觉怎么样？第二个就是说面对可能跟你差不多技术排名的这样一个选手。
就身重，我觉得会更好一些，因为我减多嘛，所以会更好。对手我觉得两个技术可能差不多，但是心态是最重要的。
Okay, so for the weight part, I think it will give me a better performance to not cutting that much as before. And then for the opponent, I think we're like similar with the ranking and everything else. But I think the mentality works. Who will be better?
And my last question is, are you considering to still going on featherweight division after this fight, or are you going back to bantamweight division? It doesn't matter if you win or lose. What about that?
说就不管你输赢，你对你之后是走羽量级，还是说你回到储量级？
那我还是时间短，没减少，我恢复正常。
So for this time, it's because of a special situation and then also a very short time of preparing. That's why it goes up to a featherweight division. But after this, I will go back to bantamweight.
Well, thank you very much, guys, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that's all we have for you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.